mission, should you choose to accept it.
It's a quest. It's a quest for fun.
Well, The Rock says, why don't we just cut right to the chase?
Okay, now he wants to get together. Well, he wants to talk.
I want you to do me a favor. I want you to tell all your friends about me.
It's showtime, folks!
What are you?
Hello there. Greetings and salutations to you. Welcome to And I Quote, the weekly show where we bring in content creators of all shapes and sizes, joining us from any and all corners of the nerd universe. We have a friendly conversation and find out what projects they have coming down the line. I am your host, Ryan of Nerd Culture, and our guest is this week, I should say, is a triple threat. What I mean by that is she's a writer, an artist, a podcaster, and who else knows what's on her resume? Please welcome the incredible Keisha Acuff is with us. Keisha, how are you? Keisha, are you there? Keisha? Boy, this is going swimmingly, isn't it? Keisha, you there? Oh boy. I think Keisha may have frozen on us. She may have to jump out and jump back in, I believe. Yep. Keisha had to step out for a minute. She's having a little bit of technical difficulties. She'll be back momentarily. But like I said, this is And I Quote. We are going to be talking with Keisha Acuff. She is a writer, artist, and a podcaster. And I am sure we're going to have a lovely, lovely conversation once she gets back in here. But I wish you well. I hope you are doing good during the course of this weekend. If you have any comments or questions for Keisha when she returns, feel free to leave them in the comments section. Leave them in the live chat. Our producer is going to be monitoring it as we go throughout the course of the program. So in the meantime, it is spooky season, so I'm curious. Do you have a favorite scary movie? Why don't you let us know in the comments? We would like to hear from you. Let's see here. Wondering where Keisha is. I'm sorry. I'm trying to do two things at once for you. Let's see. Let's see. There we go. Boy, that's a great way to start the show, isn't it? Keisha Acuff is here. Keisha, can you hear me now? Okay, I can't hear you. I can see you, but I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, now I can hear you. Goodness gracious.
I was in the backstage, and for some reason, everything just went black.
Yeah, that's like, a bit strange.
Oh, okay, so I am back. Hi.
Yes. This is going swimmingly on live internet television. But listen, Keisha, I was telling you, the viewer, that you are a writer, artist, and podcaster. Excuse me. And if you have any questions for Keisha during this program, hopefully she won't jump out again and have to jump back in, technological difficulties wise. Let us know in the comments. Let us know in the chat. Our producer is going to be monitoring as we go throughout the course of the show. So, Keisha, first things first. What were some of your favorite books or writers growing up?
Oh, Lemony Snicket. So I love A Series of Unfortunate Events. And that was one of the first series that I got into as a kid. Of course, Harry Potter. I didn't get into Harry Potter till I got a little bit older, though. I kind of missed the whole Harry Potter phase when it first happened. Mm-hmm. And, but I'm pretty sure my favorite author is Ellen Schreiber, I think is how you pronounce her name. She is the author of Vampire Kisses, Kissing Coffins, and she's got a whole line. And those are my favorite. So those ones those are the ones that got me into reading. And then I also really liked encyclopedias, which is why I have my first encyclopedia actually over there. But I should have known I was weird then, because now one of my favorite things to read is textbooks. So I read textbooks for fun. I've got about 50 of them surrounding my desk right now. So, I mean, those are just kind of the things that influence. Those were my favorite things to read and my favorite authors and stuff when I was growing up. They kind of broke me.
That's all well and good. My goodness, you're a fan of encyclopedias. Does that mean you have all the Britannica's encyclopedias? Do you have those?
I, from which year?
I don't know. Whatever year. Do you have any of them from any
Because
of
I
the
have a
years
couple
that we've been on
different
this
years.
earth?
I do have a couple different years. I also have a children's set.
Oh. Well, hey, look, whatever fits your fancy is fine by me, and I'm sure it's fine by you, the viewer. Now, when did you specifically decide to become a writer yourself?
Actually, when I was young, super young, I got my first notebook, and it was just this big. It's probably in this desk. I still have it. I had no idea how to write, but I started jotting things down. And I kept just jotting things down. And so it's all complete scribble. And I have no idea what it says today because I can't read my spelling or my handwriting. Side note, I still have horrible handwriting. But I used to always write down stories and then I would tell them to my grandma and my parents. Some of them not appropriate. I did not know that at the time. I watched a lot of MTV. But so that's kind of when I started writing. I didn't start writing at I don't want to say professional. I'm still an amateur. But I didn't start being published up until I think 4 years ago is when I got my first work published.
Oh,
and
wow.
then now I'm just trucking along. I do write a lot. I have like 7 manuscripts next to me that
Wow.
will never see the light of day. And those are just the ones I have printed out. So I have Google Docs, by the way, for all of you that write, use Google Docs. That thing is amazing. I love Google Docs. But yeah, I started storing everything on there and it backs it up in like 50 different places for you and it auto saves. Wow. And if you accidentally delete something, it brings it back. So I like that because I do a lot of I'm not very tech savvy. Says the person who does podcast and YouTube. I'm not very savvy, so
Well, you're still learning as you go when it comes to the whole podcasting avenue, which is a bit of a new thing for you, which we'll talk a little bit later on. What would you say are some of the biggest rewards of being a writer or an artist?
Oh, okay. So it's bittersweet, honestly, because unless the stars align, it's very hard to get noticed as a writer or an artist. But my favorite thing is, so a lot of people don't view me as an artist or a writer, or at least they don't see me as it, because when I go to my gallery showings or, you know, if I go to a con or something, I don't really look that put together. I'm wearing like a t-shirt and jeans, and even to my own gallery shows, I'm just completely downplayed. And I'll sit there and I'll walk around, and my favorite thing to do is listen to people talk about my art or my writing. And they'll be like, oh, this is blah, 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 blah. And I'll just sit there in the background. And eventually I'll come up and be like, hey, that's me. And they're like, oh, I didn't know. And I was like, yeah, that's because I'm literally wearing flip-flops in the middle of December and I'm dressed like a hobo. So that's me. But that's one of my favorite things as an artist and a writer, just to be able to hear what other people think about my thoughts and my interpretations of things, because it's normally a lot different than what I think. I have paintings that I did years ago, and people will come up here and they'll like have some extreme meaning of life to my painting. And they'll be like, I can see how she was trying to interpret the struggle of this and that. And I'm like, it is the middle of the night and I was bored. So it's always fun just see what other people, I guess, view of what my view of things is.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, I can understand that. That's completely fair. By the way, if anyone has any questions for Keisha Acuff as we go throughout the course of this program, let us know in the comments. Let us know in the chat. We're going to be taking those questions as they come in. Make sure you're sharing this video with all 500 of your closest friends. They're going to like the way they look after watching our videos. I guarantee it. So, Keisha, on the flip side of the coin, what would you say are some of the challenges of being a writer or an artist?
ooh, getting people to notice you. Okay, so I have been writing and doing art pretty much most of my life. As far as I can remember, back when I was a little kid, I would be painting or writing. But back in my day, we didn't have at-home internet. So like I couldn't sit there and post it online and say, "Hey guys, look at this thing I did." It makes it a little bit easier now, but now you just look more ignored than you did before the internet, because before the internet in your house, you could be like, "Oh, nobody sees it because, well, nobody sees it." Now I'll be like, "Oh, 700 people viewed my photo, but only like one person liked it." So that's kind of, it's difficult, especially with how people are like, you're expected as an artist and a writer to have something coming out every single day. Like people want to see art from you. People want to see new writing from you, and they want it now. And if you don't give them that, then it's like, they're like, "Oh, you're not giving us new content today. I forgot about you." And that's kind of disheartening. But, you know, I've learned to live with it over the years. But however, it has gotten me to art shows and galleries, and I even started my own farmers market in my village so that I could show people my art and my writing. Again, I had a big banner made and everything. So you can't miss me. But yeah, that's kind of the biggest thing, that's just getting noticed and or not getting noticed. That's the bummer. Like, especially when you're putting so much time and effort into things, and then it's like, "Oh, I have one person that thinks it's good, so yay." Which kind of breaks your heart sometimes, but you know, you get used to it. So
Yeah, there you go. You just keep, the train keeps on moving, as they say. So there you go. Now you contributed to something known as Coast to Coast. Tell us about it.
okay, so I actually have a friend in Nigeria. And it's one of those people where, it's not a Nigerian prince or anything. But he messaged me out of the blue one time and he was like, "Hey Keisha, do you want to be a part of this?" And I was like, obviously. So it is we came out with it, or we started writing for it right when the pandemic hit.
Oh, wow.
So a lot of the stories, they're short stories. Like it says, it's poetry, essay, short stories. There's also photography and art in there and all that good stuff. But a lot of it is what we missed during the pandemic, like seeing our family, seeing our friends, being able to go outside, do normal things. And a lot of it's just ways that our lives changed during the shutdowns and during the isolation. And a lot of us wrote about what we were feeling during all of that. And yeah, so it has, if you can't tell by all the names, it has a lot of different perspectives from different countries, different states in the US. So just different perspectives from people around the world, which is why it's called Coast to Coast, because we've just got a little bit of everyone in there. And like we even have writers from France, like I said, Nigeria, we've got Canada, we've got every place. Well, at least we tried to get at least a little bit from every place. And it just goes over, you know, different perspectives of what's been going on the last couple years, or the last year and a half, 2 years pandemic.
Which in some ways for the pandemic, some people would say, oh, it's felt like a decade, because maybe it has. I don't know. Leave it up to whoever wants to interpret it that way. So, did you freeze again, Keisha? I think you did. I think you froze. Yes, she froze. So, Keisha, you may have to jump out and jump back in. I'm not sure, but hopefully you'll get back to a live feed or a live picture here in just a moment. But even so, Coast to Coast, that is amazing. Congratulations to you and all the people who contributed to that anthology during this dark time that we are still currently living in. I'm not trying to say it's over yet, because it's not over. It's far from over. But seems like a good anthology. Congratulations, everyone who contributed to that. Wish you all the best moving forward. Yep, there she goes. She had to jump out and jump back in. I'm telling you, technical difficulties, they happen sometimes. They happen. Just got to roll with it. Roll with the punches. But what are some of your favorite poets out there? Do you have a favorite poet? Do you have a favorite photographer or things like that? Let us know in the comments. Let us know in the chat. We would love to hear from you during the course of the show. And I see a few people are chiming in here. Thank you so much for being with us. We do appreciate it 100%. No question. By the way, since we are in the middle of spooky season, who are you going as for Halloween? Do you have an idea for a costume? Do you have an idea of a character that you want to dress up as? Let us know in the comments. Let us know in the chat. We would love to hear from you. Hope you're enjoying this episode of And I Quote here on the Nerd Culture Facebook page, and so on and so forth. Yes, there she is again. You know what, Keisha?
Guys.
Let me ask you something, Keisha. Yeah. I'm going to put you on the spot here. Before we get to our next question, I want to ask you this: are you using Wi-Fi?
Yes, because that is the only thing I can in my house.
That is the culprit of a lot of problems with people trying to do shows and StreamYard and all that stuff. Your best friend is called Ethernet. Ethernet is your best friend. So if you can find a way to connect your system to Ethernet, that would be the best way to go about podcasting or some other projects you may be working on moving forward. I would have to be in the
basement. So I live out in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, really? Do they make scary movies that start out like that? I'm sure they do.
Yes, they do. Every night when I go out to check on the barn and the animals is like a new scary movie. But if I were to have it connected directly, I would have to be
in the basement.
In the basement, which is unfinished.
Oh.
And as much as I like scary movies, I don't like being in them.
You don't like being in them. In this case, you don't want to be in the basement when it's currently not finished yet. Okay. Well, I'm just throwing it out there. I don't mean to put you on the spot. I'm trying to have a little bit of fun with this. But yeah, you keep jumping out and jumping back in. So now we know what the issue is. We do have some technical gurus out there that can help you with this. Once your basement is hopefully finished sooner rather than later, because Ethernet is your best friend. I'll just say that. But moving forward here.
Sorry.
It's okay. Look, listen. It's okay if the
it's the FBI. We'll just say the FBI is taking.
Well, I don't know about that, but that's a story for another day entirely. So we were talking about Coast to Coast a moment ago, and that's great. We congratulate everyone who contributed to that anthology, particularly for Coast to Coast. Now you go from Coast to Coast. Now you want to dive into something, a very good topic known as freedom. So tell us about freedom and how you contributed to that.
So this one came out this year. And it's supposed to be, a lot of it's about opening up after the pandemic and just being able to do things as normal human beings again. For the most part, there's a lot that's still going on. But as you can see, a lot of the works are by the same group of people. There are some new ones, but we did bring back a lot of old ones. I actually have a little bit of everything in this one because he was like, could you do one of the things? And I was like, I'll do all the things. So I have some poetry in there, some painting, some photography, short stories, that kind of stuff. Just lots of it in there. But this one's just, a lot of it's what we got back. A lot of it's not fully back yet because we're still dealing with the pandemic. It's just not as bad as when it first started. Because people were people couldn't go shopping, people couldn't go to school. And this is just kind of like the other side of it and what we got to do after things started opening up again.
Ah, splendid. Wonderful. Once again, congratulations on that. That is fan-flippin-tastic, if I do say so myself. Now, do you have any special memories from being at conventions, whether you're there as a vendor selling your books and works of artistry, or you're there as an attendee? Any special moments for you?
So I think it was like 3 years ago now, I was at PeoriaCon.
Ah, yeah.
And that is where I met, I'm pretty sure you know who Brian K. Morris is.
Take a shot. Yeah, BKM, Brian K. Morris, Mr. Rogers of the interwebs. Yes, sirree, Bob. Yes, so that's where you met Brian K. Morris.
So
Continue.
that's where I met him in person as my editor, Michaela Jade. And so, yeah, that's where I met them. And it kind of got me spiraling into this whole online bloggy type thing. So, yeah, they kind of took me under their wing and they were like, hey, so we have this thing called the Rising Tide Network. I didn't actually, so the Rising Tide Network is only a couple months, probably like 7 months old now. But since I met them a couple years ago, we got a chance to get to know each other and everything like that. So once they started up, they were like, hey, Keisha. And I was like, oh, hi. And then they just kind of, they adopted me from there. They're like my second family. So, yeah. Meeting them was probably one of my highlights. I also did a D&D convention a couple years ago, and the theme, I dressed up as Chewbacca. And I was so happy. So, that's probably one of my other, I'm pretty happy about that memory. But there's so many of them because conventions are awesome.
Yes, I would say so. I've been going to conventions for 8 years. I should know this by now. Yes, they are fun. Yes, they are a blast. And yes, you get to meet new people, make new connections. So, yeah, I would 100% agree. And speaking of Rising Tide, Brian, yeah. See that, Brian? Yeah, wore this suit tonight just because Keisha, you remember the Rising Tide family as much as I am. Rising Tide raises all ships.
Yes.
True story.
Yes, we do.
Story. Yeah. So there you go, BKM. I expect a check in the mail for wearing this shirt every week.
I'm really excited about your shirt too. I did not know you were wearing that. So now I'm just kind of thanks.
You feel so underdressed. I'm not wearing the Rising Tide swag. No, it's okay, Keisha. You do you. You do you. That's all we can ask for. You have your own style, you have your own sense of doing things, your own way of going about life. Live it up, okay? Just live it up. But what advice would you give to aspiring writers or artists out there?
Ooh, don't give up. Because there's so many times that I wanted to give up art and give up writing and everything and just move away from it. Because sometimes it is stressful, especially if you find yourself in a position where nobody likes your artwork. So I have a very distinct style and it doesn't suit a lot of people. Some of my artwork is very dark.
Ooh, okay.
And so, I mean, it's not super dark. It's more on the creepy side. If you don't mind, I'll show one. That way they know
That's
kind
fine.
of what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Go right ahead.
So I do stuff like this beautiful creature right here. And then I've got this guy. He's so cute though. I like him. And then this is my rendition of Barbie.
Oh.
A normal person's view of Barbie, okay?
Oh, Barbie. Okay. I thought you said
Um,
something else. I'm like, what?
This one is just, kind of things you see in nightmares. It's fun. I think so.
Yep.
And then this one, I honestly think she's adorable, but most people think she's a little creepy. That's completely okay.
Mm.
I don't judge people for judging my artwork. And then this one, it's not super creepy. It's more just, kind of a face. And then I got this one, which I named Hello There. So, these are just a couple of my paintings. I do a lot of abstract as well, which
Very nice.
is, not really. A lot of people don't see it as real art,
I see.
but I like it.
There it is.
So I keep doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And no matter what, like some of these I absolutely hate, and some of them I love. And surprisingly, the ones that I generally hate are the ones that sell first, which is fine because then I get to keep the ones I like. That's my viewpoint on it. But yeah, so I just do.
Ooh, look at this. Yeah. That's cool. I like that. That's a good one.
I do a lot of flowers, to go with all of my creepy.
Mm-hmm.
I have, a lot of flowery things that I do.
I see. That's very nice, by the way.
And then I do random things.
You do
like
random
this,
things. Oh, wow.
which, I don't know why I did it. But I enjoyed it. Recently, my favorite thing that I've done is when I wanted to give up acrylic, because it was one of those nobody really likes my acrylic moments. I started watercolor. So I have
Okay. All right.
a lot of mushrooms is a big thing that I like to paint right now.
Mushrooms. There's a new one on me. I haven't heard that term in a while.
And then bees, because why not?
Bees. Well, you're a busy bee yourself, young lady.
I know. I want to say I have a lot of free time, but that would be a lie.
That would be a lie. Okay.
I feel like I have a lot of free time because my mind is always
Wandering
all over the place.
Yeah.
And so I have a lot of things that I like to do. And so I try to fit them all in my day, which is why I wake up so early in the morning. I wake up at like 6 o'clock in the morning because I can get stuff done before my family gets done.
Yeah.
And if you didn't know that my show that I do on my personal channel is called Late Night with Keisha for a reason, because I also stay up super late so that I can do stuff while everybody's sleeping. And then during the day, I help run the local RC club. I do run the Varna Women's Club. And there's something I'm forgetting. But there's like 10 things I do during the day. Oh, yeah. I run a farmer's market completely by myself. So, I fill my days really, really well, especially since I have a toddler who is normally running around. So I am always busy, but that's how I've always been. If you can't tell by all the random stuff I do. I also really like baking
Oh, you do?
and cooking,
Okay.
which is
Nothing wrong with
funny
that.
because I don't eat most of it. I don't like sweets, and I've been a vegetarian / vegan for like going on 16 years.
That's a long
So
time.
yes.
A long
So,
time.
but I still love to cook, so I still cook things. I just have a lot of friends that I feed.
Mm-hmm. And of course you
So,
got to feed. And of course you got to feed the toddler, right? I mean,
oh, she eats nothing fancy.
your little
She
munchkin. I mean, she's got to eat too, right?
she's like, give me a bag of chips and some happy.
Really? All she needs is a bag of chips, and that's it. Interesting. Bag of chips. I wonder. Let us know in the comments. What's your favorite flavor of chips? Once again, Keisha, I think your Wi-Fi is playing tricks on you because you froze again. But anyhow, if you have a favorite flavor of chips, let us know in the comments. We'd like to hear about it. Also, make sure you're sharing this video with all 600 of your friends. They're going to like the way they look after watching this episode of And I Quote. I guarantee it. By the way, a couple of things are happening. You know, a lot of festivals or special events are being held during the course of spooky season, aka Halloween season. What is your favorite event to attend during spooky season? Do you like to go on the haunted hay rides? Do you like to go to a place called the Field of Screams or some other events that are in your area? Let us know in the comments. Let us know. We would like to hear from you. Yep, there she goes again. It's happening again. We knew it. We knew it. We knew it. Doggone it. But anyhow, I digress. There she is once again. You know what, Keisha? I think you're going for some kind of record of the guest that jumps out and jumps back in during the course of a single show. This is impressive stuff.
Thank you. I am really good at jumping.
Yeah, I think Brian K. Morris would be very proud of you right now. You know what? Carl Witzman would love the skills that you were showing tonight with how bad Wi-Fi is when it comes to doing something on stream. When it comes to doing stuff on Streamline or StreamYard in this case. Sorry, Keisha, I don't mean to call you out like this, but I'm just trying to tell it like it is. But we still like it. Don't worry, we're still friends here. We're family. Okay. We're part of the Rising Tide family. See that right there? Yeah.
Yes.
Rising Tide raises all ships. # always support your friends and always support indie writers and creators. That's what I'm going to say to that.
Even when their internet is awful.
Yeah. You know what? Let's put the internet stuff aside for the moment because my next question to you is this. You started diving into something known as the podcasting universe. Now, you're a part of a show known as Cryptic Crunch, which I believe is part of the Back of the Cereal Box podcast network. Can you tell us how exactly you became a part of the Back of the Cereal Box family?
By
accident, maybe?
It was kind of by accident. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's how it happened. Johnny put a post up on Facebook and said, "Hey, anybody interested in doing a show?" And I just said, "Me." And that is it. All I said was me. And he messaged me a couple minutes later and he was like, "Hey, so we're looking for somebody that likes creepy stuff." And I was like, "Me." And so it just kind of spiraled from there.
My goodness gracious. Well, can you tell me and tell the viewer what exactly is Cryptic Crunch?
So Cryptic Crunch is a show where each week or every other week, because it is bi-weekly, we talk about a different cryptid or a different set of cryptids. For those of you that don't know what a cryptid is, it's kind of like Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster, Skinwalkers.
Sasquatch.
Yes. So we dive into all of those. We do research. There's a skeptic on our show that doesn't believe these things. So don't worry, we're trying to brainwash her. So yeah, we get to talk about all of those fun things. Tomorrow is our actually our next show.
Oh my! What is the topic?
So I picked the topic randomly while we were having our show 2 weeks ago, and I was like, you know what would be fun? Halloween-based cryptids.
Ooh, yeah.
And we're going to cosplay as our favorite cryptids. So, yes, I'm excited. I bought my outfit and everything, and now I'm just waiting for tomorrow so I can put it all on. The reason I have this lipstick right here, I don't wear lipstick ever. but I bought it for my costume tomorrow, and I was like, I kind of like this lipstick. And so I wore it tonight as well.
How kind of you to think of us like that. So, with Cryptic Crunch, who's on this panel with you? It's you and a few of your friends. Who else is on this panel with you?
So I have Willow Schuyler, which she is
Oh.
beautiful and awesome.
Mhm.
And then I have JD, the Jersey Devil. So if
God.
you guys don't know who he is, he's awesome. You guys should check him out. But yeah, the actual Jersey Devil is on our show
Wow. So it's
in his free time.
In his free time, yeah. So it's the three of you. You do this every 2 weeks. You have a grand old time. And Willow Schuyler, she's the one who does a million different things for 300,000 different people. Isn't that true?
That is a completely true statement.
Yeah. She's on like
Yes.
50,000 shows. She promotes everyone else's show like gangbusters. I mean, she promotes Brian K. Morris and his crew. Hello, Brian. So, it's just, gosh, man. Is there anything Willow Schuyler doesn't do, Keisha, that you're aware of?
Ooh, I don't think so. I
you
think
aware
she
of any
pretty
of this?
much does everything.
Jeez. I was hoping you would give us some insight on this. Unfortunately, we're not going to get
I've
any of
asked
that.
her for help with
Yes?
figuring out what to do with my stuff.
Really?
So I'm like, I don't know how she does it, honestly. I think she has less sleep than I do, and I don't sleep very much.
You don't sleep very much.
So
So it's fair to say that you consider yourself to be a night owl.
oh yes, my entire life. I would
gotta-
stay up until like the sun rose, and then I would go to sleep, and then
Okay, I
I'd wake
haven't-
up when it got dark.
I have not broken that record yet. I think the latest I've ever gone to sleep so far in my life has been 4 a.m.
I've
gone to bed
stayed
at
up for
4
3
a.m.
days straight before.
You have? You stayed up 3 days straight? Is that true?
So I play video games.
Okay, you need to take it easy on the video games and the sauce, because that's
I don't
3
I don't
days
play-
straight.
So I used to play a thing called WoW, World of Warcraft.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say what is a luau? What does that mean? No, but WOW means World of Warcraft. Yes, I'm familiar with this game. So yeah, you played Warcraft for 3 days straight, and you didn't go to sleep once.
No. So my mom would get up for work in the morning, and she'd be like, "Hey, Bug, you going to bed?" I'd be like, "Yeah, eventually." And then she'd come home from work, and she'd be like, "Have you been to sleep yet?" And I was like, "Nah." My mom was very lax when it came to sleep and making me sleep. So she would be like, "Hey, Bug, did you get any sleep yet?" And I'd be like, "No." And on the third day, she's like, "Okay, honey, we should probably talk about your sleeping habits." After that, she actually went and got me tested for she took me on a sleep study to make sure there wasn't something wrong, because I just never slept. However, after they tried to turn me into a pincushion, because I have these things called rolling veins or ghost veins, and so they tried to do blood tests on me, and they stuck me 8 times in like each arm, and then they stuck me in the hand. Pediatric needles hurt worse than big needles, by the way. I'm very pasty. Sorry. I glow.
You glow? Is that what you're trying to say when you put your hand up like that? Let me see that. There it goes.
I do glow.
So they struck you 8, or not struck you, but like put stuff in your arms 8 times, and then what happened?
They tried to take blood from me in my arms, and then they tried in my hands. And this is about an hour and a half into this whole ordeal. And they said, "Okay, we're going to try the top of your foot." And I looked at my mom and I was like, there is no way I am letting them near my feet. I will die before that happens. So I got up with my flip-flops on and walked out the door, and I never actually got the sleep study done. I have all the paperwork for it. I just never did it because I didn't want them touching my feet. You know.
Good Lord.
My
goodness.
If you were curious how much I am against
Sleep.
Stuff like that. So
Yeah, honestly, my goodness, you know what? This sounds sort of, not 100%, but this does sound kind of like one of those scenes from Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors, when they're in the institution. Dear Lord.
where they just don't sleep.
Something like that, yeah. Were you on set when they were making that? Because you would have been a heck of an actress in that movie. My gosh.
No.
I'll
take up acting next, okay?
It's a good song, though.
I'll take up acting next.
You should. That should be your next trick of the trade, because you're already a triple threat. Now you're trying to be a quadruple or five, whatever it is. If you become an actress, I think the internet would explode if it hasn't already.
I don't think
because
there's
of your
a
talents.
huge call for actresses in the middle of
A
cornfields.
pandemic, yeah.
So, well, I mean, unless it's a horror movie.
Yeah.
But
that's my next question. What kind of films would you want to star in? Would you want to particularly be in horror films, or would you rather be in those happy-go-lucky Hallmark films that are shot in Willow's neighborhood up in Canada?
Don't get me wrong. I love Hallmark. I will watch the same type of Hallmark movie 10,000 times.
They're all the same movie.
I know, but I will watch every single one of them.
You will.
True. Especially anyone that has Candace
Cameron Bure?
Yes.
A.K.A.
She is in
Cameron?
half of them.
Forget half. I think she's in 75% of them.
she probably is. But no, actually, I like creepy stuff. My favorite thing to do is to go to the Dollar Tree and pick out a Dollar Tree scary movie. They are awful, but I will watch every single one of them if it makes my eyes bleed.
So you'll watch these terrible movies that you most likely won't enjoy, but you watch them anyway.
Oh, I would definitely be in them if I could be. They're those movies that they're so awful.
They're good?
Yeah.
Is it kind of like saying have you heard of the expression that this movie is so bad it's good?
Yes.
I see. I never understood that.
So there's some of them where,
get it.
As I'm watching them, I'm like, this is awful. I don't know why I'm watching it. Like, you can see parts of the green screen behind them.
Oh, you can.
You can see them reading off script somewhere.
Oh, really?
And all this other stuff. And I just love watching them. And I'm like, I will tear apart every single part of that movie. To be fair, I do that with all movies.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
So, but scary is my favorite genre, if you didn't catch that by my artwork and stuff.
And the fact that you're on Cryptid Crunch every other week, which you can find on the back of the Cereal Box Network. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to that channel. # always support your friends. So, wow, man, you like all these different movies, all these different avenues you want to travel down. Gosh. Well, we're right in the heart of it. We're right in the middle of spooky season, aka Halloween season. What's your favorite scary movie?
Rose Red.
Never heard of it.
Oh, that thing was the only movie to ever give me nightmares. When I was a kid, I watched it when I was, I don't know, like 5, 6 years old.
5 or 6, okay.
And I still have I'm not afraid of creepy things and scary things anymore, but I still have the same dream I had when I was a kid. That's probably why I like creepy things so much, honestly. But I still have a dream that I'm stuck in the house with all of these things. And yeah, it was extremely creepy when I was a kid, but now I love it.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, if you have a favorite memory of this film, let us know in the comments section. Let us know in the chat. We'd like to hear from you. Once again, we're talking with Keisha Acuff, writer, artist, podcaster, and a whole bunch of other things that we don't have enough time to list because she's got one too many skills. Make sure you're sharing this with all 700 of your closest friends. They're going to like the way they look after watching this video. I guarantee it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, simply at It's Nerd Culture. Make sure you like our Facebook page at It's Nerd Culture, where you may be watching this video right now. And we do appreciate you tuning in. We really do. Keisha, my gosh. So your favorite scary movie is a film called Rose Red. Do you know who you're going as for Halloween this year? And if so, who?
I am actually going as a vampire. So
Dracula's wife, maybe? No, I'm kidding.
No.
You're not going as Mrs. Dracula?
No, I am going as a very dollar store vampire.
Really? So the contents of your costume are all going to come to a total of $1.00.
No, so I actually got it from
0.
Dollar General, which is a little bit
Cool.
more expensive than Dollar Tree.
It's okay. No
But
shame.
my costume was $12. I got it from Dollar General, and then I actually got fake teeth that I can wear and fake blood from a secondhand store, which sounds disgusting. It probably is, but I'm willing to try it. You try it once, right? So yeah, but that is because it also ties in with the cryptid that I am doing tomorrow on my Cryptid Crunch.
Spoilers. We know what you're going as for tomorrow night show.
Yes. And then I am also part of a haunted house that runs for a couple of days towards the end of the month. Actually, it's for the company that I work for. So I got to decorate my own area, and so it's a witchy, vampire-y theme. And so yeah, I figured I'd kill 3 birds with 1 stone and wear the same costume for all of them, because I am not made of money and I'm very cheap.
Wow, you're confessing a lot to our viewer at home. I will say, no shame in being a vampire. It's all good. It's classic. It's been around for ages. It's been around since almost the beginning of not the beginning of time. That's way too far. But you know what I'm getting at. So does this mean you're gonna? I'm just curious. You can say yes or no to this. Are you gonna watch the original 1930s Dracula with Bela Lugosi and Hocus Pocus from the 90s to warm up for these events that you're going to, so you get in the mood?
I am now.
Okay, so you can write this down. Dracula from 1931, starring Bela Lugosi. Even though I think the film's It's not my favorite film that centers on the character of Dracula, but listen, it's part of the Universal monster films. It's family. The other one is Hocus Pocus, which I'm sure you've heard of that one a billion times.
I watch that one at least 50 times a year.
And it's on Freeform every day. So if you have cable or if you have access to something known as Disney Plus,
I bought it on Vudu, so I have it.
You can stream it
constantly.
It's fine. Stream it however you want. I'm just saying those are 2 films that may or may not get you in the mood for certain events that center around something known as Halloween. Yes. Goodness gracious, this whole thing about Halloween. So who would you say are some of your favorite writers right now? What do you think?
Ooh, right now, currently.
Yeah. Anybody from any genre.
Dude, this sucks. So I'm actually gonna kind of plug one of my friends real quick, because I just read so I read a lot of comic books, and
comic books are great.
I just got this one.
Hey, I know that one,
and I loved it. I thought it was it's definitely different from what I'm used to reading for comic books.
What is the name of this story?
The Nebulizer.
And who wrote it?
Brian Rodman.
Woo! What's up, Brian Rodman? Nebulizer. Good stuff.
And then I also...
What else do you have?
So Share one of my other ones that I am currently reading...
Oh, what do we have here?
Is Retrieve by Ted Davies. My comics are signed because I know all of these people.
Isn't it great to know friends in high places?
It is. It's beautiful. I actually have an entire stack of different things from...
Oh my gosh, look at this stack of comics.
So these are just the ones from my friends that I've bought within the last month.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot, isn't it?
It is. If you ever have a fundraiser, GoFundMe type thing for your
Kickstarter,
book,
maybe?
Yes. I support all of my friends. So that is how I got all of those, is I made sure to support each one of them. And hi, Dan. Sorry, I got got distracted.
No, it's cool. It's cool. I'll bring them up in a second.
But yeah, so I try to support all of my friends. And so those ones are actually some of the recent ones that I've read, and I love them. So you should all probably check them out. But my favorite author, go figure, is another one of my friends right now. My favorite recent author, we'll go with that one.
Sure.
Is Michaela Jade.
Ah.
If you have not read any of her new series, you should, because I don't have the physical copy with me right now.
How dare you?
I've got it on my Kindle.
Well,
I also bought the actual copy of it, but it's upstairs in my library, which if you don't have a library in your house, you're doing it wrong. But
if you don't have a bookshelf in your house, you should.
Yes, I have so many books, but
what is the title of this story?
Warrior's Secret by
Michaela Jade.
Yes.
Okay.
So I am actually going to put out a warning label. There are some very touchy subjects in there.
Oh, okay.
I obviously like stuff like that, as we
Fair
have.
warning.
Yes, but she is a great writer, and so that's probably my current favorites. However, like I said, I do love textbooks. So a lot of my recent favorites have been different textbooks. I read a really good one on science.
Science.
I'm a science geek.
You're a science geek. Okay.
And I love any types of book on science, like chemistry, biology, all that stuff.
Anatomy.
Yes. So I actually have a huge stack right next to me. One's on neuroscience,
fascinating.
fantastic science facts, essentials of psychology, philosophy.
Ooh. I'm actually taking a psychology course right now.
Oh, nice. That is one of my favorite things to study.
Yeah.
I do not go to college. I just really like books.
Well, fun fact, Keisha, I'm in my final semester of college. Yay!
Nice. Yay. Then I need to let you borrow all these, because I've got how psychology works.
Sure.
Medical terminology.
That's a little.
The story of medicine. That one gets really dark.
That's
like
heavy.
They go from leeching all the way up to
that's a little
today. So, and bloodletting. Oh, they've got pictures and everything.
Gee Willikers, you have a lot of favorite writers and you have a lot of favorite subjects. Let's just put it that way. A lovely group of people are chiming in here during the course of this show. Lorena says, you are a rising star, Keisha. Your diversity of talent is tremendous. Your compassion is admirable. Your willingness to experiment, share your journey while promoting fellow artists and writers is honorable. Congratulations on your many successes. My goodness, you're getting all kinds of positivity.
Thank you.
Dan Hollifield is here. Says, hiya, Keisha. Dan, how are you, buddy? How you doing?
Hi,
how
Dan.
are things in your neck of the woods?
Yes.
So many nice people. Thank you for commenting. If you have any questions for Keisha as we continue on in this lovely broadcast, which has no technical difficulties whatsoever during the last X amount of minutes that we've been on the air, it's been a blast. So let us know in the comments if you have any questions for the superstar known as Keisha Acuff. And by the way, all that stuff you just pointed out earlier, I have read Ted Davies' is it called Retrieve, I believe?
Yes.
Yeah, I read that. Nebulizer, I haven't read yet. Sorry, Brian. Don't come at me, bro. But if you want to learn more about these individuals, make sure to go to brianrodman.com and also go to teddaviesartistry.com. Make sure you check those people out. And we've actually had interviews with both of those creative gentlemen, known as Brian Rodman and Ted Davies Artistry, which you can find on our YouTube channel, simply at It's Nerd Culture. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See what I did there, Keisha? Plug. Power strip. Just saying. So, excuse me. Keisha, our next set of questions here, you're going to love these. Our next set of questions, this episode of And I Quote, and every episode, I should say, is powered by Poddex. Poddex are the hottest new tool for podcasters looking to have more meaningful conversations or gamify their podcast. You simply shuffle them up. You ask a question. You let the content roll. Get yours today at poddex.com. Make sure you use that promo code NERDCULTURE to get 10% off your order. You're not going to want to miss it for sure. So, Keisha, first one. If you could bankrupt one person or company, who would it be?
Ooh,
do you think?
So many people.
You can only name one. What's it going to be? A person or a company?
A company, because I don't want to say a person online. I'm not that mean.
Okay. Well, go ahead. Pick one.
But let me see.
Insert Jeopardy theme here.
Walmart.
Ooh. Okay.
Yes.
All
That would
right.
probably
Save money,
be a
live
big
better. You'll just take all their money.
No, what I want to do is I want people to start buying local. Because people
okay.
don't do that anymore.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame, isn't it?
My next one was going to be McDonald's because they need to start eating more fresh food.
Ooh, okay. Although I will admit, I do like their hash browns.
I didn't even know they had hash browns.
You
have to be awake during the day.
I was going to say,
eat
excuse
hash
me,
browns.
a baking powder? You didn't know that McDonald's has had hash browns for the last, like, several, many decades, including the hotcakes?
Okay, so I think I don't eat them. Or I'm never up for... I'm like... That's
Did you
just
not hear
a
the
weird
news? Did you not hear the
thing.
news that McDonald's serves their breakfast all day now?
They don't in my area.
Okay, well, then your area got the short end of the stick. In my neck of the woods, they do.
My local McDonald's is like 36 minutes away.
That's a bit of a drive. Okay. I can see how that would be a problem. And plus, they wouldn't serve it all day because it's so far away from your neck of the woods anyway. Okay. Sorry, Keisha. You got the short end of the stick. You can't have hash browns or hotcakes because you're never awake. Even if you are,
I make my
it's
own.
too much of a job. Okay. Well, you could just make yours from scratch, so no problem. So Walmart and McDonald's would get the bankruptcy notice from you. Okay.
Yes.
Interesting answer. Interesting answer. By the way, Dan says, what is Dan saying here? He says, oh, I'm just one of Keisha's fans. No one important outside of that. Dan, have fun.
We love
with
you,
us,
Dan.
man. Have fun with us. Come on. Anywho, Keisha, if you could, excuse me, hire any wedding singer, who would you choose and what song would you make them sing?
Ooh.
Gotta pick a wedding singer. And who would you choose and what song?
Dev.
Go for it.
Dev. Let me see that booty bounce.
Wow.
Because I have zero morals and I think it would be hilarious.
Oh my goodness gracious. I might have to go on YouTube after this and find out if I still remember this song or not, because I feel like this may or may not be ringing a bell in the back of my mind, but I can't be certain. I apologize. I'll have to get back to you after the show when we're sitting back.
I could sing it. No.
No, don't. I mean, if you, it's all right. I'll just worry about. You and I can talk more about it backstage. How about that?
Okay.
We'll do it. We'll do it then. Which activities make you lose all track of time?
Ooh, crocheting. Crocheting and sewing. I could. Oh, and reading. I have zero sense of time when I do those things.
Zero sense of this.
I actually started crocheting before the show, and I was like, I got 15 minutes. I can just crochet a little bit. And I was like, no, I can't. So I set an alarm on my phone so that I was not late for the show because I'm an old grandma that crochets. Fun fact, knitting is awful and I hate it. But crocheting is the bomb.
Is it now?
Yes, thebomb.com. Okay. Yes.
Have you sat down and talked with someone else who does a lot of crocheting and other arts and crafts sort of stuff known as Cindy Kep?
I have not. So I have bought some of her stuff and I have, seen her on all of these shows, but I have not actually gotten the chance to connect one-on-one with her yet.
I think you should.
And I think
you and her as a creative force would do something special.
Something special.
I don't know. It could be anything. I'm just saying, like, you like crocheting,
would.
you like all these arts and crafts things, and she's a writer just as much as you are. So it's like, you put the two of you together. What do you get? You get the dream team. I don't know. Maybe I'm just speculating. Cindy, if you're watching
I'm gonna look up Cindy when we get.
I was gonna say, Keisha, you need to give Cindy a call, or Cindy, you can do the same, whichever. But creative minds, when they put their minds together, they can do amazing things. You never know. You know what they say? It takes teamwork to make the dream work, Keisha.
Yes.
So you might want to consider that the next time.
I
you're
will
on the
definitely
phone
look
with
into her.
Cindy Kep. Yeah. Oh, and also, if you want to subscribe to her incredible newsletter, go to ckoepp.com. And I think you'll like that. And I think you're going to like the way you look after reading that newsletter. I guarantee it. So, Keisha, were you ever really passionate about something and then suddenly lost interest? And if so, what was it?
everything. So
That's a broad category, isn't it?
I go through
Phases.
what I call seasons.
Ah, yes.
So I have seasons for everything. Like right now is my season for I make candles, I do all of my canning, I do all of my baking, I crochet, I sew, and then during the warmer months of the year is when I do a lot more writing and art and stuff like that. So I will actually go really hardcore for like a couple months on one specific subject or thing. And then I'm like, okay, I'm done until next year. And like my brain shuts off and I'm like, I do not want to do that right now. And then next year I'll be like, oh, cool. Here's my embroidery stuff. Let's do this. And so it's just how my brain works. I get bored and excited really easily. So
that's fair. That's completely fair. Now, do you like to plan things out in detail or just be spontaneous?
I am a very spontaneous person.
Really? I couldn't tell.
Yes. So like for everything, honestly, if somebody sits there and goes, "Hey Keisha, let's go splunking. Let's go cave diving." I've been cave diving just out of pure curiosity. "Hey, let's go bungee jumping." I did that too. "Hey, let's climb a literal mountain." I did that too. Now I'm a stay-at-home mom that works a farm.
You don't sound too enthusiastic about that. Am I getting the impression that, oh, I have a little munchkin I have to take care of now? Oh no, this isn't good. My life just went down 5,000
The only thing
points.
I don't like about it is the fact that I need more animals.
You need more animals.
So like right now we only have 70 chickens, 10 ducks, 3 bunnies, a chinchilla, an eyelash crested gecko, an axolotl, 3 cats, lots of rats and mice, not by choice. I have a skunk. I have a skunk named Flower.
That's ironic, but okay.
And 2 possums. But I would like to add some goats and cows and a peacock and a horse. But I also need more land for that one.
Yeah, that's true. What about a llama?
I would love a llama.
Yeah? Okay.
Yes. Have you ever heard "Here's a llama, there's a llama"? No?
I think I have song? Because no, I'm fine, thanks. But I will say, during the course of our homecoming week, one of the events that was happening at my college campus was we had a visit from llamas. So they had a few of them come in. I wasn't there. I wasn't present when this event occurred, but my friend who's on the homecoming committee, she brought him in there, and and her eyes just lit up because she loves llamas. And I'm like, okay, that's your thing. That's fine. You know, you do you. So wow, you already have 1 million animals as it is, but you want 1 million more to make your life more interesting, and you have a little munchkin to look after.
That is true. She is super cute with the animals, though. We have 9 roosters.
9 roosters?
And yes. Jeez. So when we go outside, like all the roosters and all the I'm a free range farm, so they all come running up to you and they're like, "Hey, what's up?"
Where's our food?
Where's their food? In the barn.
No, I'm kidding. No, I'm saying like when they walk up to you, "Where's our food? Feed us now." Yeah.
So most of the time I actually feed them in the barn, which is on the other side of our property.
Oh, it's
but they really like me for some reason.
Why is that?
I don't know. But I actually have, that's my sewing machine. I sewed my daughter's dress for our reenactment last weekend. Because I also do reenacting.
What reenactment was this for?
Civil War reenactment.
That's amazing. Congratulations on that, by the way.
Thanks.
Did you have fun doing that? It was you, the munchkin, and the hubby?
Yes. So my son was actually at his Boy Scouts sleep or camp out that he had. And then we were camping out doing the Civil War reenactment.
Right. You were doing that.
Which we are on the Confederate side. Which has gotten progressively harder to reenact the last several years because things have kind of been boiling.
No, that's not a touchy subject at all. We're going to stay away from that one. But still, No, I got you.
So-
So you did the reenactment, you put the costumes together, and you had a good time, right?
Yes, it was
that's what
beautiful,
matters.
and I loved the weather.
Oh, the weather was nice.
Yes, and we get to, I get to cook over an open fire
Do you?
and sleep in a tent, which
Aw.
I'm a very outdoorsy person. So for me, I love that. So I had a blast. And I got to have lunch with Harriet Tubman on accident.
Who'd
So
have thunk, right?
a lady came up to my thing and I was cooking my vegan food in my little pan and she goes, "Is that asparagus? That looks delicious." And I was like, "It was. And I'm not going to be able to eat all of it. Would you like to eat with me?"
Mm-hmm.
And she says, "I have to go do something really quick. I'll be right back." And I was like, okay. So I saved half of the food for her. And then about an hour later, she comes back and she goes, "Hi." And she ate all of it, said it was delicious. And we talked about pretty much anything and everything, family, cooking, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then she left. And later on that night, I found out that she was the reenactor for Harriet Tubman. And the thing she left to do was go give her speech on Harriet Tubman. And I was like, I would have asked so many more questions if I knew who she was. So, but she was super sweet.
That is amazing.
So
That
it was
is
very
amazing.
fun.
No, definitely. And we thank you for sharing that with us, and thank you for sharing it with you, the viewer who is watching and enjoying this episode of Van Dyke Quote. We want to take this opportunity to thank Keisha Acuff for being our guest on this week's episode. Keisha, before we head out of here, any upcoming projects you can tell us about, and where can the good people of the interwebs find you online and everything you have coming down the line?
So I have actually an anthology that's coming up at the end of the month. I can't give too many details about that yet, but I do have an anthology coming up. However, my friends convinced me that I need to finally finish publishing my first solo book. And they gave me the published date and everything. So apparently we are publishing on December 28th of 21.
Mm-hmm.
And on December 14th of 2021, I will be on TED Talks talking about said book. So it's already been through edits and everything. If you have not noticed, I have severely untreated ADHD. And editing is the bane of my existence. I can't sit still for longer than like a couple minutes to do something. So they have all pushed me and said, you know, we'll help you get this done. So we already have a makeshift of a cover going on. My editor was like, "Okay, Keisha, I know we already edited it, so now we just have to sit down and rewrite it." And she was like, "I will help you do that." And she said, "We will have it published by the end of this year." So she is going to sit down and keep me focused because I'm very bad at the whole focus thing. But yeah, so we have that coming up at the end of the year. And I'm kind of excited and terrified at the same time because all of the, like, this was my first one that I ever got published in, which is an anthology of poetry for kids. Oh, there we go. And it is for sale on Amazon, but all of the proceeds actually go to schools in different countries to help raise books for them. So, but this will be my first solo book that I, other than having edited and stuff like that, I wrote all of the words myself, which is terrifying because I am afraid people will not like it, or will like it. I'm not sure which one I'm more terrified of. But yeah, that's my project that's coming up soon. And so, yeah, I don't have too many details. Like I said, my friends told me that I was publishing this and they said it was good. So I'm trusting them. And like we said, the rising tide raises all ships, and they're just trying to raise mine right now. So I have lots of support, and everybody is wonderful. Thank you guys, by the way.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go. You're quite welcome. Well, thank you for being our guest, Keisha. We do appreciate it. My name is Ryan of Nerd Culture. You can find me and everything that we're doing here on our YouTube channel. Follow us on all forms of social media simply at It's Nerd Culture. Check out our YouTube channel. You know, we got over 650 plus subscribers. We thank all of you so much for liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing to our channel, sharing our videos. We cannot do this without you. Well, like I said before, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff. And in the meantime, to you, stay healthy, stay strong, stay safe, read books, support indie creators, indie content creators of all shapes and sizes. And also don't forget to check out our good friends over there at HWWS Web TV. Great rundown of shows, great gamut worth of stars. You're not going to be disappointed. You're going to enjoy it. In the meantime, stay safe. Oh, and one more thing. Live long and prosper. And on this very day, October 16th, 2001, one of the best TV series debuted on the WB and is simply called Smallville. So happy 20th anniversary, Smallville. Somebody save me. Take care.
I'm GW Pomacher.
I'm Dina Marie.
I'm Sage Ia.
I'm Thomas Carter Rochester.
I'm David Thompson.
Hi, I'm Kevin.
And I'm Mia.
Hi, I'm Mark.
Hey there, this is Dave Adams.
Hi, I'm Rosemary Rose.
Jerome Conner here.
Hey guys, it's Josh Bauer.
It's Willow Schuyler.
I'm Cosplay Michael.
It's your boy Country.
I'm Ryan Permison.
And I'd like to ask you guys,
please subscribe.
Please subscribe.
Please subscribe.
Please subscribe.
Please subscribe.
Please subscribe.
Please, please, please
subscribe.
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 Please subscribe to HWWS
Web TV.
Great bunch of people.
And don't forget to smash the bell.
Ring that bell.
Smash that bell.
Hit that bell.
Hit the bell to be notified.
Hit the bell to get notified of new shows
and videos.
You're going to want to do that, so do that soon.
So we can cross that 20,000 mark.
And get us to 100,000 subscribers.
To 1 million, and 10 million, and 100 million.
On HWWS.
Web TV.
You really like it. I guarantee it.
Thank you.